If you want to get out of Diamond Rank as fast as possible in Chapter 6 Season 2, this video is for you. I'm going to show you guys how you can gain the most percentage in every rank game you play. I will give you some tips and tricks on where to drop at, what loadouts to carry, and how you can win every rank game no matter what kind of player you are. If you guys get something from this video, make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. Now, let's get into the video. The first tip I want to give you guys is make sure you spend at least 10 or 20 minutes in creative. Make sure to find a creative map that can help you work on your mechanics, your aim, your piece control, and your free building. The reason why you always want to warm up, because if you don't, first off, your hands are going to be cold and stiff, so you're not going to be playing up to your potential. And when you don't warm up, you'll slow down your rank progression. It will take a couple hours to play rank to fully warm up. So just go in creative instead, find a good map you want to play. The map I like using is Raiders Mechanical V5 map. That's my favorite. But you guys can just do a 1v1 map or a build fight map. It really doesn't matter. Just find a map that can help you work on your mechs, aim, and your piece control. The next thing I want to touch on is what game mode should you play? Should you play solos, duos, trios, or squads? If you want to gain the most percentage, solos would be the best way. And the reason why I say this is, let's say you do play squads, okay? Let's say you have all your boys on and you're playing squads. 4 kills in squads is equivalent to 1 kill in solos. It's the same percentage. So squads will be harder, but if you have a good squad you can play with, of course, just play with them. But the one thing you never want to do is never play fills. Because I get it, sometimes you're tempted, you just don't want to play solos. You just want to play with some randoms. But if you do, you might find some really bad players, because they could be Booga, or they could be or it could be Billy Bob Joe that's 40 years old and he's washed up. So if you want to gain the most percentage, play solos. Or if you have some of your boys on, just play duos, trios, or squads. Now we're going to touch on how the rank system works. When it comes to the rank system, early game kills and placement are not worth much compared to end game. Also, if you kill people in higher ranks, you'll go more percentage. I know you can't control who you kill or who you die to, but there's a way you can play with higher rank people. Let's say your friend's Unreal and you're only in like Diamond or Elite. If you play in his lobbies, you'll verse people that are like in Champion or Unreal, so when you do get kills, you'll go more percentage. But of course, the lobbies are going to be harder, so you have to take that into account. The next thing I want to talk about is figuring out the meta and how you can adapt to it. If you can't adapt to the meta, you won't have much success. You need to figure out what weapons work for you and what don't. For example, I love using the sticky grenade launcher because it's very annoying and it's very spammy. But some players might not want to carry that. Instead, they might want to carry sniper because they're very good with those. You just have to figure out what kind of loadout you want to carry. Let's say you want a fighter loadout because you want to fight more people. Make sure you have more weapons. Make sure you have like a sticky grenade launcher or a sniper, and have a very spammy AR. But if you want to play it more passive, have more heals and movement. Now let's touch on early game. How do you want to play early game? Do you want to play more of a passive way or aggressive way? If you want to play it in more of a passive way, land at a low-key POI, or land on the outskirts places like Hopeful Heights, Shotgun Salute, and Whiffy Wharf. Those are just a couple good POIs that are very low-key but have decent loot. But if you want to play a more aggressive, land in a POI with lots of chests, and land somewhere where people will be fighting, like the new 4 POIs like Shiny Shafts, Crime City, Lone Wolf Lair, and Outlaw Oasis. And when you do find a drop spot you do want to land at, practice that spot landing there in a normal battle royale game, so you know how to land there, and so you know where some of the chests are, so you're not completely lost. The next tip I want to give you guys is take smart fights. Don't always fight the first person you see, because if you see someone and you beam them and they keep running away, if you just chase them across the map, people are going to see that and people are going to start fighting you. So don't chase too much. Also, make sure the kill has more benefits than downsides, because let's say you see this guy, okay, and you beam him pretty good, but you realize you're like 400 meters away from zone. Don't take that fight. Also, watch out for third parties when you do fight somebody. Box yourself up when you're fighting, because there will always be third parties coming up. You can't prevent third parties, but you can protect yourself from third parties. So make sure you always box yourself up. Make sure to have a good loadout you're confident with and you're comfortable with. Don't use weapons you suck with or you're not used to, because I see some people like, oh, this gun's the meta, but they're not very good with it. The next tip I want to give you guys is play for endgame. Like I said earlier in the video, percentage is worth a lot more in endgame. It's almost 2 times more. Be spamming endgames and apply a lot of pressure, because you don't want people to heal. When it comes to endgame, most people have been fighting and they're low. So always make sure you're applying pressure. And also when you play endgame, it's great practice. Because let's say you like playing tournaments. It's just good practice. Because when it comes to tournaments, ranked, obviously the end games are not super stacked, but they're stacked enough when it comes to like solo cash cups. So just use it as practice. Also, give refreshes when it's needed. Don't always try to rush and get a refresh, because when you do kill somebody in endgame, you try to go for that loot, people are going to focus you. So be careful. And play for the win. Don't try to fight everybody. when you do get a win, it gains you so much more percentage. You get like a second or third place. So try to win the game. The last tip I want to give you guys is don't focus on your rank too much. Use rank as a stepping stone for getting better at the game. Because I see some people, you're playing rank, you're just trying to get Unreal, but use this practice because some people are not Unreal rank material. Let's just be honest. Some of us are probably Elite or Champion or even Diamond, but it's not a big deal because use rank to get better. And don't compare your skill to other people because you see some people, they get Unreal pretty easily. Like, dang, I'm not very good, I'm only like Diamond, I'm not doing very good. It doesn't matter. Use it as practice to get better. Because this season you might be in Diamond struggling, but next season you might get a Diamond easier because you've been getting better. Like I said earlier, you can use rank for practice for tournaments if you play them. Alright guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys got something from this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.